Well, also good afternoon, I should actually say. I'm so instinctive to saying good evening, but it's not really evening just yet. We're still sort of mid-afternoon, and we are here for LCR. We're here for their 4th season today. I am one of your 2 co-hosts today. I am Effortless of Nuthead. I hosted the Race Champions last week, and joining me actually is the man who hosted me, joining me in the combox, was the man who was with me this time last week, and is actually a very big up-and-comer in League Racing community. I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, X-Swarm HD.
Evening. No, morning. So awesome of it. As you said, it's weird doing it in the afternoon, but I think we have a bit more energy. I guess that's one upside. Is both Taurus's coming out along with a Hasser, I believe, of Expert Almond. Obviously, we've got to learn the drivers and stuff.
Yes, this is our chance, really, Josh. There's
Yes.
already.
I have some information already, but as you were saying. I have to now try and get it again. There's something, I believe it's actually Expert Almond being the person with the news.
Yeah, well, the camera is on board with him, so it's perfect timing.
Here we go. It is him. Expert Almond, he'll be racing in the World Division, which is this today. He'll be doing it as a reserve, as he's currently leading the Pro Championship by quite a large margin. So he's here as a reserve, just trying to see how he does compared to the other guys, and then maybe moving him up, etc.
Well, that's good to see. It's a bit of pressure on the lad's shoulders in the Haas today, but it's good to see a reserve coming up into the World Division. Of course, the Pro Division is not streamed, unfortunately, but maybe potentially one day that could potentially become a thing. For the time being, we're here for the top division, the best that LCR have to offer. And I've got to say, Josh, looking at the list, there is some very talented guys out there.
Yeah, I mean, Pascal Wehrlein being one of them, along with Valtteri Bottas, Max Verstappen. Oh, you mean, okay. Yeah, I mean, you've got, obviously, TR Leopards, Ben, Charlie, Matt Jolly, obviously, Megman Kush leading the championship at the minute. But, yeah, it's very weird commentating in a practice session. It's something I haven't done before, so you have to bear with me.
I have done it.
I don't
before.
know if you have as well.
I did one. I have done a few practice sessions at one time. So as I naturally do in qualifying, I normally sit the first man out on his lap, which is Jolly, the driver who I believe has had a DNF and it did not start, so no points currently for the Toro Rosso. Not a good start at all. They were looking to change that today. It just comes through turn 4 there and into 5, which is actually a corner. I did find out when I was looking at the track map earlier. Then through 6 and 7, this tricky chicane section. Oh, we missed 7 apex there, but of course he is on the soft compound tyres, so he's out to just maybe put a decent steady time in to start. We've got, for example, VFens, TR Malta, both on the super soft tyres already before we are even at the first round. We're only about 3 minutes into the session. It's not as if we haven't really got too long, to be honest with you, Josh. Compared to normal practice sessions, we've only got half an hour. So these guys, if they want to get some decent laps in, they've got to get a move on, really. As through turns number 11, 12, and up towards 13, Jolly comes. This is technically what people say the Palmer corner, but after me and Josh did some discussion before stream, Josh, we found out it's not, didn't we? In a very weird way.
Yeah, it's there's 2 corners. I mean, you can try and spot it for yourself, right, as you're on the with Jolly, but this is 2 corners. This is a second corner there.
That was 14 and 15. But up to the line comes Jolly in the top, so he starts us off with 31-1. Good lap by the lad. We'll go back to Expert Almond, the man that everyone's keeping around the Pro Division, and he now has the opportunity to put an impression on in the World Division. AOR Charlie just came in, his teammate, by the way, to Jolly. 31-6. Then Apex miles off the pace. Have you got to say, they are on the medium compound, are these guys. So it's a 31-9 for Almond. So he goes quicker than Apex on his first lap. LRL Ericsson, I believe he's only just jumped in the lobby. So is he actually in this league?
Yes, he is. Who knows?
There's TR Malta in the Renault, by the way. It's just gone 200ths off of Jolly, but on the slower tyres, and he actually immediately retires there. So he's probably going to do some in private practice. Interesting, bit of a sort of hidden stuff by him. F1 Ben is just now starting his lap. And we've got to say, Josh, of course, a few of these lads did represent both TOR and LCR in the Race of Champions this time last week, including the likes of BBR, Fredster, actually as well, Drizzt's Revenge, of course, LCR Apex, of course, the owner of the league, representing his league with regards to, well, Fens representing TOR, as well as Leopard, actually the man who won the race, who's definitely someone to keep your eye on. As you just saw, Buddle Lord set 32 dead, and Kush Mania again proving why he's at the top of the championship over 30.8, of course winner last time out at China. And is now looking to continue this stamp of authority. Good first lap by him, 3 tenths quicker than Jolly, but he is actually on lap at the moment. Is actually 4 tenths up according to his delta. So let's see if he does find that time up to line, and he does go fast with 30.7 there. So just under a tenth actually quicker than Kushmania, but on the slower tyres. So the Renault driver already coming out with this exciting pace we've seen so far. Gosh.
Oh, bad time. I'm eating chocolate, man. I haven't had lunch. I'm snacking here on a bit of chocolate, very professional, as you can tell. I'm very hungry, I apologise. Should have more practice before this practice lobby, but I'll give it a go. Yeah, I'm just sort of, you know, looking through everyone, seeing what they can do. Jolly's teammate, Everett Charlie, the 2 Toros speak beforehand. I didn't mention that they have 0 points in the constructors at the minute. But the reason for this is because Everett Charlie hasn't started either of the other 2 races, and Jolly did not start a tryout and did not finish at Australia, so they're going to look for some decent points. And I mean, they're quick guys, as we know, so it'll be interesting to see what they can do overall. Evian Matt, he hasn't said that either as Pepsi, the 2 Mercedes, they're actually, we're going the other end of the constructors table here. Mercedes are leading the constructors here with 45 points, but we're only, what, 2 rounds in? It's very close with the constructors, and obviously with the overall table.
Yeah, there's a point actually, isn't it, between I believe it's actually Leopard and Kushmania. So of course Leopard 2 consistent second place race. Actually just seen a massive jump of lag there on Matt's screen. Not really too sure what's happened. We'll quickly come off board that to make sure we don't continue with it. But we'll get the lap tower up for you. My apologies for not really having that. Also get the fuel thing up. We'll, you know, show how much fuel people have in their tanks, because of course people aren't going to be going for a first round. TOR Leopard, the man who's come second twice, is not second at the moment. He's 5th with 31.8, just under a tenth off of AOR Charlie, and set himself nicely in between himself and Almond. So Almond putting a good impression so far in the Haas to be 6th at the moment. Improving. He is actually. Oh, he is up to the line, and he doesn't.
He lost a lot that final corner.
Ooh,
no,
Fred!
He improved, but by a small an incident there between someone I don't know.
It's just EVR Fredster in the wall. That was who.
Ah. Yeah, so that's not that is not what anyone would like in a practice session, but I suppose, you know, get the crashes out in practice so you don't do it in the race. It's one way to look at it.
Indeed it is. That's always a good thing to keep your eye on. As, I'm just trying to find someone who's sort of coming near to in their lap. I might as well stick on board with someone. Stick on board with
the McLaren. He's coming to the line now. I believe it was around 7 tenths up last time. It let me know. So
oh, he's got 9 tenths
for him. He was 9 tenths up.
Fantastic.
A lot of time in 14 and 15 as we did work out.
Yeah, good first lap by the another lap by the McLaren now. I've been to P3 now, 3 tenths off of Pushmania, but only just clear of Malta. But of course, Malta's not going to improve at all for the rest of this session, so he's going to be so far satisfied with that. On board with TR Leopard, I think he might be just on a race run at the moment, just trying to sort of work out, you know, what his pace is like. Just it's a 32.4 there. Expert Almond is improving by the looks of things slightly, only 700ths, so only a little bit of improvement for him for the time being, but up towards turn number 14, then through 15, there it is. Up towards the line now, this massive long run. What's it going to be for Almond? What will the Haas driver do? What's coming up from the Pro Division? He goes 5th with 31.7, improves by a couple of attempts, just to beat AOR Charlie, just a good 8 thousandths in it. Oh, Fred's in the wall. EBR Fredster has done exactly what I thought he was going to do last lap, and he's binned it in the wall, coming through 15. So the Sauber driver has had a bit of a moment and has got front wing damage, so we expect him probably to dive into the pits. That's not gone well at all for me.
Not very far. Recorded to the pit so free.
No, we should mention Drizzt's Revenge with 33.9. Also Apex, I think, improved with 32.4, so just under just over a tenth off of Fredster. But Drizzt's Revenge in the Ferrari did also set a 33.9, so not a good first lap, really. Ericsson as well, LRL Ericsson, I don't know if he's even in the league, has set a 40.6. As F1 Ben is back out again. Whether he mucked up his first stint, we're not too sure, but he is now on his way. Round turn 1. We'll stick on board F1 Ben in the Red Bull to see what this lad can do. maybe you can briefly talk to us about his previous results, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not too sure.
I can say this, it's nothing exciting. He did not start at Australia and then did not finish at China. So he has 0 points F1 then. So again, potentially getting his first points here today at Bahrain. But yes, that's sort of all the information we have on F1 then in terms of this current season.
Yeah, not been too good by the Red Bull drive by the looks of things, but he'll be looking to change that stat round number 3. You know, still plenty of season left to run here in LCR, so it's not over for him yet. But he'll be looking to change that today as he's just come out of turns 9 and 10 up towards 11. It looks nice and tidy there on that back DRS straight so far. Maybe a little bit oversteer, which is in 5th gear there for turn 11, just to maybe get the better traction, the higher gear. Of course, most people might take 4th there to sort of hit the apex. Now as well, he also again short shifting up in the 5th, so a bit of a different sort of tactics from you know, F1 Ben. You know, some of the guys you see short shift down to lower gears to get the better turn and then short shift back up. He's interestingly sort of more keen on taking a higher gear to get the better traction out of the exits. But anyway, up to the line comes F1 Ben in the Red Bull. It doesn't look to be a good first lap for him. It's a 32.5, so not a very good lap. He's in 10th for now on the softs. He would feel he may have more time to show. Of course, he is in rich and on 20 laps of fuel, so it's not too bad by him, you've got to say. Because everyone's still out on the runs.
Actual representation, that's my word.
Representation.
There we go. It's one of them days. It's one of them days. Now, I was down on board with EV on map. He keeps going out now and then, so he hasn't actually put in a lap yet, but you know, he's 7 seconds off pace. Ooh, it's Fens on the super stops there.
He has.
Hey, what? Leopard has had a moment, sector 1. I believe this is just after turn 3. Don't hit anyone going.
Yeah. So careful.
Careful.
Yep.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yeah, Fenn's just gone faster with 29.5 as well. Of course, I did just see Drizzle's Revenge improve to a 31.172. So actually splitting himself and Malta, who were only 600 apart, to now even closer between. So 4th to 6th, less than a 10th. That is remarkably close. So yeah, so that's really what's happening. But Leopard having a bit of a moment there. So not going well for the Williams driver. It's actually Crushmania is actually out on the soft tyres at the moment, as well as, of course, Fens. He did do that lap on the super softs, but he is about 1.2 seconds quicker than Jolly. So can Jolly find that time when he does put on the super softs? Of course, Fens with barely any fuel as well, so he was basically going for what is a qualifying S1. Of course, in practice, you don't get the max fuel mixture, so he didn't have the full power that he will have in quali. So that's definitely not a representative time. Up to the line comes Crushmania. He's at a 30 dead on the soft compound tyres. Promotes himself on what is 3 laps of fuel in rich all lap, so not a bad lap for the Renault. Only half a second off of Crushmania and on the worst tyres, so you've got to say he's done well there.
Matt is in the wall, did what Leopard did, and then ball with it, just trying to, you know, basically find out what's been going on with him, you know, setting laps, and he actually set 1:31.7, but it was invalidated. So I would have put him around the Charlie Expert Almond stage. However, he had a moment at turn 13 when he started heading towards the wall, which you know, cost him a lot of time. But yeah, just then coming out of turn 3, what, you know, exactly the same what Leopard did, and yeah, just ended up in the wall there and lost a bit of front wing, but not a lot, as you'll be able to see just looking at it.
Yeah, it seems to be proving quite a bit of a punishing zone, that turn 3. Of course, the traction on exit of turn 1 through 2. Of course, you pretty much, if you can get it right, you can pretty much slide through turn 2, and then coming out of turn 3, you know, just one drop of the throttle, and all of a sudden you're in the wall, and that's just been proved today with these two. So that's definitely a sign that maybe these lads have got to be a bit more careful. You know, of course, you know, so far everyone getting it okay, other than the two that we have seen in the wall, so TLF and EV on Matt. But those two, of course, they're very quick and consistent guys. So to see them make mistakes like that is definitely a sign that something is up, as well. He's just jumped in. So lovely to see some more guys jump in for the free practice session. We're now up to 17 for this session as Matt dives it in.
Does. Well, the people who have set laps and are higher end at the minute, as I'm going there, I believe it was Jolly. Yeah, Jolly's diving in, everyone's diving in, Drizzle's Revenge. He's also diving in. Expert Almond on the soft there. And then Kush as well. Butterlord, I believe Butterlord was hanging for a bit of it. Just working out who's on their laps as Fred's.
He did improve though, set 31.5, but
Yes,
it was invalidated. So that would have put him up into P7 ahead of the Almond, Charlie, and
Kush is at a moment. I don't know what's happened now. I believe that was turn 8. He just went off. I don't know if something happened with the Red Bull.
That's F1 Ben. Through 9 and 10.
It's
Yellow Flag sector 3. Oh, and it's Ericsson. Oh, wait, so you know it's expert Almond actually, sorry. Ericsson's just retired.
And Ericsson.
Yeah, Almond's had a moment out of 14.
Was there contact between...
There must have been
Almond
some sort of
and
contact between them two, and that's as a result ended up with Almond in the runoff and Ericsson with 3 wheels on his wagon, so not gone well. So actually Fenn we've just seen just put on the soft tyre in terms of his pit. What is Kushmania and Ben doing? Like, Ben shifted the inside there to sort of maybe let him through, but Ben, then Kushmania's sucked behind him? I'm not really too sure what's going on here. Down the pitch straight they come, and actually Kushmania's not got enough fuel to complete another lap.
We've got a little battle.
We might have a little race battle here. Maybe of overtaking practice. Of course, 2 Renault teams, 2 Renault powered teams, so working together a little bit. Out of 2, and oh, that was close. Then Kushmania tapping the back of F1 Ben out of turn 2, and that was a bit of a heart in your mouth moment. We've already seen 2 people bin it at turn number 3. We could have seen a third. Now you got to say, if that's happening in practice, of course these guys, you know, getting it all out for the race, as they say. But I mean, that could be a sign that when they're in the race, you know, one drop of that and it'll be all over. It was to come through turn 8. Kushmania is just looking like he wants to get a move done, but it's only practice.
Yeah, we're definitely thinking about it.
I'm not really sure what's happening, but anyway. In other news, we've just seen the Toro Rosso of AR Charlie just move into 200s off his teammate. Just behind Jolly, so not a bad lap by him. Just about 3 laps of fuel on board for that lap. Butterlord, meanwhile, as well, has also come around the final corner with about 5 laps in, so whether it doesn't look like according to his lap time, he is going for one, so...
Oh, crashes at the moment. We lost it, tried to save it, and he did.
As well, AR Charlie. Sorry as well, my apologies. Coming through turn 6, he's dropped it. That's a weird place to drop it in my opinion, but he has dropped out of turn 6. So the yellow flags are out for that, but yeah, it just looked like if he had a moment. Now he's crossed the gravel, of course, trying to get back onto the track. But yeah, sorry, do continue.
One thing we've learned from this practice session is that a lot of people seem to be dropping. I don't know if it's because of the less grip out there, obviously being practice. You know, I mean, it obviously, you know, as the session goes on, there is more grip out there. And obviously, people saying big times as Fred's has just gone 6. They're on the medium, which you point out, but like what Malta set the quickest time, and then obviously retired. Now he's down in PA. He's got guys on the mediums who are beating his time. So maybe not an interesting call from him, but yeah, no, with the grip, it does seem that everyone is struggling a lot and is losing it.
Yeah, everyone seems to be going for this. LCR Apex just improved to a 32 dead on the soft compound tyres. We should mention, we still haven't seen laps from Hayden, who's just now on the super softs, and Welty, of course, just jumped in. Still, we haven't seen LAR Lives out just yet. So yes, we're still waiting to see them guys pop in a lap. But I mean, so far, I mean, Matt's current fastest is only a 37.8 on the supers. Well, actually, I think that was actually on the medium, sorry. Yes, it was. And you've got to say as well, in the minute, of course, people still out on the mediums for the moment. A big kind of gap at the front, of course, like half a second. But of course, Fenn's the only one to set his best lap on the supers other than Malta. Because Malta set it pretty much on what was, just as you said, a green track. So the track was nowhere near as good as it's going to be throughout the session. Of course, 10 minutes to go. So the rubber's definitely been put down by the guys. And now it's just to see who can get the best lap in. Because obviously this is, let's face it, practice. It's just for a bit of a you know, a bragging right, really. As we've got yellow flag sector 2 and 3. Who have we had at the moment? TOR Leopard actually has just dropped it out of turn number 13. That was just a little bit of a spin. I'm just quickly flicking through the list and I just see him drop it. So the Williams driver having yet another moment. So first out of turn 3 into the gravel trap there, but now out of turn number 13. having yet another moment that's sliding. But he has only been out a race amount of fuel, we got to say. He's currently with 28 laps on board, so he's definitely got a more heavier car compared to half these guys in the lobby. As Apex just improved again to a 31.877, 700ths off of Leopard. But I mean, Leopard have a significant amount of fuel on board. Josh, any news from anyone else?
No, I'm just down on board with Matt at the minute.
Ooh!
Super softs.
Sorry, Jolly just dropped it.
We've nearly... Jolly dropped it as well. A lot of people dropping it, but Matt's come up to the line now, and it was invalidated. It was a 31... Oh no, maybe he didn't. 31.9 from him on the super sauce. Very surprising. So what happened with Jolly? Matt's is quality, but fuel. It's low. But no, go on with what happened with Jolly.
Jolly was coming out of turn 7 in towards turn 8, and he got onto the curb on the outside just before the braking zone, and he just locked up on the curb and just carried on going straight completely and just ran into the runoff. It wasn't a spin or anything, it was just a little moment as Hayden's just come in, by the way, with a 31.1 in the Force India. So he was out with that quality lap of fuel, 3 laps. So a good first lap for him after, you know, basically being absent throughout the entire session. He has now set his time finally at this point in the session. Blizzard's Revenge is not going to improve. He's actually currently on the mediums, still with a fair amount on board. As I've just got to say, most of the guys in terms of their, you know, I mean, Fens is currently thinking about coming onto the softs. He closely did his fastest lap on the supers. Currently fit AOR Charlie actually as well in the Toro Rosso has put quality amount of fuel in and is about to go for it on his quality lap. And you've got to say as well, Hayden, if he's not able to get there with Charlie on the super softs and with quality fuel, you know, what's this going to mean for the race? Of course, you got to say the track temperature is a lot more hotter than what they'll be, because of course the time of day will, you know, be a twilight track. Of course, this track starting off in the evening, finishing at night, whereas practice sessions are held in the daytime, so the track temperature is going to be a lot more different. So tyre wear tests are pretty pointless for practice, because of course you're not really going to know too much. So most guys may as well just put on a set of tyres and just see what lap times they can do, you know, see where everyone else's pace is at, and you know, a lot of guys so far doing that. For example, Fens, of course, being one, you know, Kushmania doing his best to go for it, as he is actually out as well. Soft tyres though this time, 30 dead of course for him. He's only half a second off, but he did set his best lap on the soft compound tyres. So you've got to say, you know, he's got some decent pace so far. If he can find some more time on that lap, he's definitely as well proven why he has at the top of the championship at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just staying on board with, you know, a couple of people. While Charlie, the other Toro Rosso, is currently P4. He's on set of super soft. It's going to be potentially staying. His Cushmania just ran incredibly wide there, coming out of turn 13. There's probably an invalidated lap from him, but right away, I see a lot of people throwing on the super sauce, and Expert Almond now got on the super sauce now, currently on a lap, but stand board with Kirsch just if that lap actually does register, but I feel like it will be invalidated. 6 trips down anyway, so that does not sadly matter there. But now, I mean, through the final 2 corners, you could say A1 Charlie, see, second for him, 29.7. He's nearly a second up on his time on those super sauce, so splitting Fens and Cushmania, and then Expert Almond, the man who's moved up, P4 for him, and very, very close to P3 of Cushmania. So good save for him, as you have said, jumping up, a lot of pressure on the guy, and you know, in terms of practice, he's doing okay, but a lot of people's except the one. AOR Charlie's doing donuts, or he spun. One of the two. But yeah, a lot of people probably set slips off. Charlie's on that lap now, and then Hayden, like the Lord Fred, they're all in the pits and just sort of waiting, I think, for the dying seconds of the session.
Indeed they are. I mean, of course, waiting for kind of like the best time to go out. But of course, yeah, AOR Charlie, not really too sure. Had a bit of a moment by the looks of things. Maybe out of turn 4. It can sometimes happen. You know, you get onto the curb a little bit, or you run onto too much on the inside. You know, it's not as if, you know, it doesn't happen. In terms of hello John. By the way, just checking the chat. Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the stream and actually the return of us two in the com box. Of course, with the Racer Champions that just happened, Chris Mania is up to the line doesn't look like he's going to find some time. He's only just about off though, only 800ths off his time. But yeah, like you say, Expert Almond and Cushmania, of course, tyre compound difference. You know, Cushmania is on the softs and Expert Almond on the supers, but you got to say there's only 100th in it. Which, I mean, given the fact that this lad has just come up from the Pro Division, has absolutely done bits for himself. He's just set a 30.1 there for his next lap, so not able to find some more time. And I will quickly change over to currently fitted. So Jolly is currently actually out on the supers. A lot of guys currently fitted on supers. Hayden Fredster now is out. F1 Ben as well. He's just gone to the line, just now starting his lap, so we'll keep an eye on what the Red Bull can do. We'll stick on with the Toro Rosso of Jolly for the time being, as he just now comes through turn 11 up towards 12 and then 13. He looks fairly clean by the Toro Rosso driver so far, not as if a man who's not had some decent results so far. It looks as if he's quite calm and composed in that seat. Out of turn 13, lovely exit there, you've got to say, up towards turns 14 and 15, and I mean, this could be a good lap for the Toro Rosso. We know that Jolly's got pace, but he's just not had the luck so far, so can he show that a little bit more today? Up to the line for him, and it looks like as if he's not going to improve. He does improve, a 30.3, but he's still 3/10 off of Expert Almond.
Yeah, we've got, what, 3 minutes and 33 seconds left? I was waiting for that little straight up it. That's a lot of people now. Jumping tubes off, as we've been saying, doing their laps and just probably going to keep going. They've got a fair bit of fuel in, I think, so they'll just run to the end of the session again, not too worried about time. Jolly is apparently 4 temps up on the set of super softs there. Last time it was registered. So the Toro Rosso doing very well. Who else? We have EV Fred, so they're coming to the line to start a lap. F1 Ben. Is he on a lap? Maybe. He is. He's just got second for F1 Ben.
29.7, 5 thousandths quicker than Charlie. So the two sister teams of Red Bull and Toro Rosso very close there. But fantastic lap, you got to say, by F1 Ben, a man who's not scored any points yet in LCR, has just put a fantastic lap in. So we'll be happy with that. We'll stick on with Jolly because, I mean, judging by it, it looks. I mean, Jolly's now just gone a tenth quicker. I think that was only because of his second sector, but that's not in general, as F1 Ben has retired, so he's happy. He's a man who loves to be second place. At the moment, he said, yep, that'll do me happily. Now just got to wait and see if anyone can beat him. But looks of things as well, we have got, apparently, I think it was LR Ericsson. He's refusing to leave the lobby, so if this does become the case, he won't go straight into qualifying. We will instead back out, create a new lobby, and then go into the quality lobby, because you can't kick anyone while the session is underway. So our apologies for that, but there's nothing we can do about it. We'll have to wait and see as Hayden's Nearly saw Hayden Bennett there out of 15, but he looks okay up to the line. He does going to find time. He hits a 29.8 though. But given the fact that he was basically, opposite lock out the final corner, that's a good lap for him. He's
Expert Almond. He has got a spinner.
He's got barely any front wing. He's probably a proper kiss.
AVR Fred's still the quickest time.
Oh, is it Hayden?
There's Hayden's in the wall.
Out turn 3. It's carnage. But yeah, Fredster and the Sauber going fast with 29.2. Of course, the guy who finished highest for LCR in the Race of Champions this time last week has just gone fastest with a 29.2. He'll be ecstatic with that lap time. Fenz has just now started in the Haas, so we'll keep an eye on what he can do. There's actually Welty and Cushmania here. I'm on a bit of a duo here as to who's going to be the last to set the lap as well. Matt just behind them. So do keep your eyes. Everyone's sort of retiring at the moment, so everyone happy with their lap times with just under a minute to go as Jolly parks it up there out of turn 10, but his car's just going to reverse for some reason. Looks a bit ridiculous, to be honest with you. Up towards turn number 8 comes Bottle Lord as well. We're keeping an eye on Drizz's Revenge as well. This could be his last lap, so we'll keep an eye on the Ferrari as we come to the end of the practice session. So far, so good for the Sauber driver. Fredsley came out of nowhere, to be fair. It's got to be said, as Drizz's Ventures at 30.4 there, just moving just over a tenth quicker. It was actually Matt. When did he set that 30.1? Was that earlier in the session, or?
I'm not too sure. Matt, I think that was more recently. Sort of just comes in now and then. And just, yeah. I don't know. He's sort of gone under the radar.
I don't really know what's happened. Well, he's just had enough. He's just like.
He's given up. I got an invite from Hayden. I think this is the new session. Yeah.
Yep, we'll just wait to see if anyone does find time for their laps. As Butterlord did find time, he sets the 30-point dead, so that now puts 3 people onto the 30.0s. But Kushmania is finding more time here as he comes out of turn 7 in towards turn number 8 as everyone is backing out. So we'll just keep an eye to see if anyone does improve, and then we will jump into the new lobby. Because, of course, we don't want to miss anyone potentially setting what could be a pole position lap time for themselves. Well, not pole position, but of course top of practice. Of course, a bit of extra bragging rights to say, yep, I was quicker in practice, so I've got the upper hand here. But it looks to me as if Kushmania, Leopard and Apex appear to be the last few. Leopard is up to the line, and he says a 29.5, so 3 tenths off of Fredster, but does move up into second place for now. LCR Apex didn't manage to find any more positions. He will be 14th for practice, but now all eyes go on Kushmania. We saw him go past us early on, but he's got to find 8 tenths, a whopping amount to get towards Fredster. What can the Renault do? Round the final few corners, he comes round 14 in towards 15. Now he's got the right to the line. What's it going to be? It looks to be a good lap for him, and he does go faster with a 29.1 there. Fantastic lap by Kushmania, and he is going to top the charts for the pre-practice session. So you've got Kushmania, Marcus Ericsson, Felipe Massa, Kevin Magnussen, Daniel Ricciardo, Daniel Kvyat, Ocon, Grosjean, Alonso, Hamilton, then Jolly, Vettel, Malta, Apex, Ericsson, Raikkonen, Max Verstappen rounding out the grid. It's not really.
Hey, good up. Yeah, I mean that would be one hell of a change of events.
Just all of a sudden they'd all finished the Chinese Grand Prix. They're all ready to go. But we are now in.
Now we wait.
Now we wait for the lobby. But yeah, we might as well talk about the practice session while we have a brief moment. So, Fredster coming out of nowhere with that lap time, of course, and, a lot of people doing quite a lot of race strategies and at the end going for their quali laps. Different stuff for different guys throughout the field, Josh, but give us your rundown.
Oh, my rundown. My race rundown, eh? See, I generally don't know in terms of like a favourite to win. This is like the one time I don't have a clue. Simply because of what we've seen in practice, with people sort of losing it and things like this. It could be anyone's game. That is my rundown. It's nothing really exciting, but in terms of the race, I just don't have a clue what could happen.
Yeah, I'm a bit sort of like, of course, it is only practice session, so it doesn't really mean too much. But of course, you got to say, the likes of Kushmania, of course, proven why he's at the top step of the championship after 2 rounds. Matt as well, putting in some decent laps. Fredster coming out of nowhere, really. Just at the end there to pop in a decent lap. Leopard as well, with a fantastic lap for the Williams boys. But it's a bit sort of up in the air, really. You don't really know what exactly is going to happen.
It's a weird one. Yeah, we do just now. Wait, I don't know if this is everyone.
Well, we did have. I think we had 16 for the practice session. If you exclude, if you obviously exclude LRL Ericsson, who I think is not. I think that's the one that they're on about. So hopefully we should be able to get everyone in. We've got 16-man grid at the minute, Josh. So a decent number, really, given attendances in league racing. That is a good amount of guys ready to go racing again.
Let's try to work out who we're missing.
The candles.
Here we go.
I just like to point out the
We are
weather
missing
custom.
Because obviously they would have found out in the practice session what quality in the race would have been, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, of course, but it obviously would have been dry.
Yeah, I was going to say we don't know.
I mean, it doesn't really take a genius to know that it's going to be dry.
Who knows? Who knows?
I'm excited. It feels weird because it's like it's more or less the afternoon at the moment, but we're jumping in for a league race. I think we are going, Josh, by the way.
Oh, we are.
We are going with the 16 that we have ready for the third round of LCR Season 4. Can you believe we're saying that? And welcome, actually, as well, to a prestigious day in LCR history, the 50th anniversary of every single race they've done right from the start. It has been fantastic, and we're here for the 50th race. And I, for one, cannot wait. Josh.
I was going to say, I don't know why they got us in for the anniversary. I don't know, but we'll take it. You know,
it's a free offer. What can I say? It's kind of obvious why you got offered, but you know, for me, yeah, why did I get offered?
Okay, here we go. Lucky we're friends, eh, matey? With little.
Hopefully this time we don't take 20. I don't know. Obviously we weren't live for this, by the way, guys, but we will say this before practice. We were waiting for probably about 5 minutes for two guys to ready up for the practice session before we could actually. So the reason that the stream was late.
I was gonna say, Jolly won't ready up. I have the message from him, but he'd have to go and do something, so he won't be readying up yet, and he may miss a bit of quality. But yeah, so we're gonna have to just wait for countdown. Well, but there it is.
There it is. The countdown's on a lot earlier than was last time. Let's put it that way.
Oh yes, it was a nightmare.
It was more than a nightmare.
It was just long.
It was just annoying. Here we go, jumping in now for quali. I'm getting excited, Josh. I really am.
I don't know if you heard this. I was gonna say, in practice, right, in the top left, I had downloading content in the top left for some reason. Like,
I didn't
going around in circles. Did you not? Oh, I had it there, and I was like, please go for the race. And hopefully it has, unless it's just going to be rain first time, but we've got to wait for Jolly again.
Here we go. And it's sunny. What a surprise in the desert.
Oh, I've got the downloading content there again.
It's alright, at least you're not
I don't know what it's
right, true. So we are getting ready to jump in for quali now. And the first thing I'd like to mention, straight off the bat, AOR Charlie has immediately equipped the soft compound tyres. As well as fens. So, different strategies from a lot of people. So the Haas driver, Toro Rosso, and F1 Ben in the Red Bull, all putting on softs. But the first guy out is actually... No, it's not. It's the Haas of... Who is it? Which Haas is it? It is Expert Almond. Lad who is making his world debut today, and actually did quite well in the free practice session, you've got to say, Josh.
We've got everyone coming out. We have everyone coming out of the pits right now.
It's all 16 people coming out the pits.
It's ridiculous. That was just a trail. The only people who haven't come out is Leopard Malta, Hayden, Matt, Jolly, from me. Oh, someone else. Now they're coming out. But it was just pretty much like 11 people, I think. Just all came out at the same time. It was absolutely incredible. Right, anyway,
so it was an absolute train car out the pits, but we're on board now with the man who is now leading, because there's a bit of a sort of jostle here. We've got EBR Fredster, who is currently leading the pack out, and he's just got the McLaren of Butterlord just behind him as he comes up towards turns 9 and 10. But yeah, EBR Fredster, the man who topped nearly tops the free practice session, just missed out just by a tenth to, I believe it was Tier 1 Leopard, or was it Kushmania? I can't remember. I think it was Kushmania.
who's leading the championship?
No. I said who topped the practice session.
Oh. I don't know. Or was it Fred? Someone set a lap at the end.
Yeah, it was.
Didn't they?
And I personally thought it was.
I left the session, so.
Yeah, I think it was Kushmania, but you know, hopefully one of the lads in the Twitch chat can remind me, jog my memory. It was Kushmania. There we go. John's just let me know. So Kushmania came in, but Fredster was second. So you got to say this lad's definitely got the pace. Of course, you know, represented LCR, in the TOR versus LCR Racing Champions, and of course was actually the highest of the finishes for LCR. So definitely one to keep your eye on. Of course, I'll keep mentioning that because of course the only race that actually I've commentated on in LCR. So I was very, very honoured, just like Josh, to commentate on that. but a 29.2, I believe, was the lap time that Fred came in with 29.1 from Codemasters. So through turn 5 into 6 and 7, he comes at 28.5 as the first sector. Gets on the curb through 7, that might hinder him, but he's okay for the braking zone to 8. But in general, that just might have hindered him a little bit, riding on the curb. So not a good first couple of sequences. Through 9 and 10 he comes, does not lock up, but that is very easy to do for that corner. Also one of the hardest corners on the Formula 1 calendar without ABS or traction control. It's just next to impossible to not lock up. Up towards 11 he comes, misses the apex a little bit, but interesting to take a 5th gear there. Some people might choose 4th. Now up through turn 12 into 13. And it looks okay for now. Hits the apex lovely there through 13. Sort of, you got to caress it through 13. That's the best way to describe it. Now for the long run down towards 14 and 15. Final 2 corners of the track course. There's 14, and then there is the pointless 15, which you don't just stick to the outside for. Now up to line for the Sauber. He will kick us off for 28.4. Good first lap for him. We'll try and get on board with Butterlord. The man is technically, I know it's not his V-Fens, on the softs for 29.1. Welty then comes in the Red Bull with 29.5. Then Butterlord with number 29.5. Just 800. Yeah, sorry, 700, and then LCR it's 30.3. Then Codemasters, again proving why he was fast in practice and top of the championship tonight with 28.404, 300s quicker than EBR Fredster, and then 7 tenths behind them, of course, on the worst tyres is defense. And then actually is the Pro Championship leader, the man who's come up for a one-off, has just set a 29 dead on the Super Softs in the Haas. Booms on a P3 to 3rd and 4th for the moment for the 2 Haasers. A good effort for them. F1 Ben set a 29.6, AOR Charlie 29.7, looking further back. So that's about Apex as the slowest runner, currently on 30.3 and 6 tenths off of his nearest opposition. He's definitely got some more time to find one of anywhere near the front guys, but a lot of people out on the softs for the moment. Josh, bit of different strategies happening.
Yeah, a few. We've just seen a lap there from EVR Matt, 29.3 from him, also because it's revenge on the softs. But Fens on those softs there, he's I mean that's a good run. You know, I definitely, I think softs to mediums is probably the best call to do. I know super softs to mediums is very tricky to do. But yeah, Leopard currently P6 with 29.1 from him. Someone who we sort of expect to be up there with, you know, Kush and Fred and even Hayden. You know, good some points there from him in the Force India. But overall, I'm just trying to looking at the standings here. As yeah, Fred didn't start Australia, but China he got a podium, he got 3rd there. So definitely someone to keep an eye out for.
Indeed he is. I'm just sitting on board with Jollies. He just come through 6 and 7, and he's the only guy out on a lap, I believe. So of course he was someone who sort of timed it differently. You know, he allowed, of course, everyone sort of came out right away. Jolly instead sitting back, letting everyone else go out, and then doing his lap while everyone else on their in lap. So he's going for a bit of a different strategy. He's just come out of turn 10, and it looks to be fairly decent. He's on the soft tyres, remember? So you know, any time that he can get, you know, obviously getting in the top 10 on the softs would be good for him. Matt's just on another lap. Sorry, we didn't realise that 28.9, of course neither of us are watching his stream, so we don't know what he's doing, but he's just gone just under a tenth quicker than Almond and slots in nicely into P4 and is the first guy on the softs to break into the 28, so that's a fantastic lap for the Mercedes.
Yeah, incredible. What's terrible with Jolly is he's now coming around the final 2 corners, as we should say, and ooh, there's understeer. I don't know if that'll be validated, but we're up to see as he comes to the line. Would have lost a fair bit of time there. He's gone 10 on the stops for 29.5, but definitely some time to gain from the moment there out of turn 15. I'm trying to think, is there anyone else on the lap? I don't believe so.
But I think Johnny might be going for another one here. He's stuck it in Rich still up towards turn 4. He's got about 2 laps of fuel up. He's just going to go for 2 laps on the softs and then be done with it. Of course, if he finds any more time, he'll beat well. He drops it. Oh, that was close out of 4. That was very close to dropping it, but he locks up to just sort of save it. Yes, he got more tyre wear, but in the end he didn't break his car, so that's not gone bad for him. TR Malta in the Renault seems to be just about to start up. He's on the soft compound tyres, because I think everyone's sort of you know, just preparing for that last second. Fens is out as well, we should mention. He's the only other guy that looks to be ready to start his lap. As Hayden's just pit him, expect Matt to do the same as well. But you got to say, Matt, 4th on the soft compound tyres. He's in a hell of a position to do very well today, judging by what it's been so far. We'll stick on board with Malta as he comes towards turn 4. Also, got to say the field is rather close at the moment. 1.5 seconds separating 15 guys. So, in fact, that does actually work quite nicely. As Malta's dropped it out of 7 in towards turn number 8. And he gets away with it, but he looked imminent to the barrier on the left-hand side. But he gets away with it, so the Renault driver dodges a bullet. Fens is just now about to start his lap. We'll stick on board with Matt, currently sitting in 6th. And I mean, he's shown some very good pace.
Super softs as well. A lot of the guys who started on the softs, being Fens and F1 Ben and A1 Charlie, they all did that original lap on the softs. And I mean, Fens really someone who showed his pace on those sort of tyres. They're currently P6, but now they've all changed to super softs. And yeah, we're going to see what Fens can do. I mean, P6 on softs, you've thrown on a set of super softs, you've got to, you know, put him in for potential pole here. See, as he is coming down, he's now sliding through. Yeah, sliding through there. That was gorgeous from him.
Yeah, it's just most people when they slide, you normally end up in the runoff there. But he gets that lovely out of turn 6 and 7. But through turns 9 and 10, he gets that lovely as well. It's got a good lap so far from Fens, you know. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, turn 10, it's, as you know, obviously being a racer, it's so easy to lock up and to actually nail. But did that quite nice and well. See turn 11 there again. Decent. Same with turn 12 and then 13.
It definitely looks like a good lap. He's piecing it all together. This could be a very quick lap. But I mean, he's got plenty of time to find. If he can find 7 attempts on his own lap, which I mean, his lap did look good. Of course, it was on the soft though. Yellow flag. Malta is out. Malta has binned it. And up to the line, it's a 28 dead by the Haas driver. What a lap! Round of applause. The Fens goes fastest, and he has had enough. So we've got to say, I think LCR Lives set a lap as well, sorry, and the other Ferrari. He's gone 8th with 29.2. We did miss that, but he has slotted in there nicely. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so obviously Matt as well, currently 5th on the set of softs. Along. That's really interesting call here. Tier 1 Leopard set his original time was super softs, and he's now put on a set of softs and is coming out. So he obviously feels like he can do better on the set of softs. And knowing Leopard and what he's like, I definitely feel like maybe he did make a mistake there on the set of supers. But yeah, interesting call. We'll have to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, it's interesting what he's doing. So I'm actually on board with F1 Ben. He's just come out of turn number 12. Sorry, turn number 13. He's up to the penultimate. Well, it's actually technically penultimate, but it's basically the final 2 corners now. And it looks to be fairly clean for him so far. He hasn't got much fuel, so I'm assuming this is probably going to be his last attempt. He's up to the line, and it looks to be a good lap. So it's a 28.8 there. Moves up to a P5. Just jumped CBR Matt on the softs because Matt is out on the supers, so he's going to go again. But Hayden as well. And was that Hayden? Who was that? Sorry, that just improved. I did just see someone improve. I think it was LCR Lives. Just going 900 slower than Ben there with a 28.8. So we set another lap there on them supers. So they're going to be some worn tyres. So, you know, he's got some pressure to make sure that his strategy does work. Whether he's planning for a 2-stop one just to get the pace out will depend, as everyone is on their last laps now. So everyone is just now getting their last laps in. The first got to the line.
LCR Apex. He's coming out to the line now. I don't know if he has improved. 29.5 from 3 attempts. So he's now P12 and he's going to have time for another lap. I don't know if there's anyone who's left to the very last minute. Tier 1 Leopard, he actually didn't make it round.
No, he didn't make it round in time, so he will start from 9th. And he's on the super soft. That is surprising, given where we've seen this man. You know, we saw him twice in a row, he's finished 2nd. And we know for a fact that he's got the pace. So to see him way down in 9th, he's got a lot of work on his hands ahead of this race. And we'll see him trying to find if we can see he's on their lap. Butterlord. We've got Butterlord McLaren. Yep. Of course, he is the guy who's in that. In 4 guys win attempts. So if he finds any time, he'll be up in the top 10. He does find massive amounts of time. P2 for the moment. 28.3 for the McLaren. He'll be ecstatic with that lap. LAR Lives, who is on yet another lap by the looks of things. This is his third lap, remember, on these tyres. He's up to the line. He doesn't find time, so he will slot in at 28.8. The driver who's come up into the Pro Division has set a 28.6 there, up into P5. Fantastic lap by him. Hayden P2. 28.2.
I'm sorry, the driver got covered, garage in here, push me everything. He's gone pole. Just
8,000.
time. Jolly's P5, but everyone is improving here. We've still got Fred and Matt. Matt seems to be giving Fred a bit of a toe. He gave him a bit of a slippery toe there. So potentially AVR Fredster, could he grab hold of him with the help from AVR Matt?
He does!
Pole.
That is insane.
For that one.
Top 3, all on a 28.0, but it's Fredster who's the man on pole. He was so close to top in the free practice, and he has gone fast for 28 dead. Cushmania, 28.091. We thought he had it, but he just didn't have it. VFens, 7 thousandths behind him. Starts P3 in the Haas. Then comes the Force India of Hayden, then Butterlord. Jolly now down to P6. Expert Ullman on his debut in the World Division following his dominance in the Pro, P7. AOR Charlie, F1 Ben and LAR Lives ran at the top 10. Then Matt Leopard, two guys you wouldn't expect to see down there, are down there. Welty, Apex, Drizzle's Revenge and Malta round out their grid. But Matt and Leopard both outside the top 10.
To carry on with that streak, or even, to be fair, get on the podium where he's starting from, it will be a challenge. And obviously, this has really helped out the current championship leader of Cush. Leopard and Matt both being down there. This will allow Cushmania to stretch his championship lead as it stands.
Of course, but he has got a lot of work ahead of him. You know, he's got Fens behind him, Hayden, Butterlord showed up decent pace, Jolly looking strong, Fredster as well on pole position looking very, very strong. So you got to say it's actually interesting. Just looking at the tyre compounds heading into before we start the race. Matt has just shifted to the medium tyres, Leopard on the softs, Welty softs. TR Malta, of course, these guys are all outside the top 10. Of course, everyone in the top 10 did qualify on Super Softs, so they're all set to start on that. But the guys outside, Jigglypuff as well, who did jump in late, 17th, he is on the softs as well. So, different strategies for everyone as we get towards the race. And actually as well, it looks like to be Apex is going to also try the medium, so a longer stint. But, here we go. We're ready for the World Division here, the top division, the best that LCR have to offer. We are ready for them 5 red lights for the formation lap. I forgot until I realised that the timer had finished. But it's a bit of a jumble.
I love it. Yeah, I was going to hit a bit of a jumble.
It's a bit of a traffic jam. It's like the M1 crisp on a Monday morning as everyone tries to make their way through to get to work. But Fenn's already been disqualified, so he will sit on the formation lap out as Fredster. Interestingly, trying to go to the back. That does actually mean that we can talk about tyre compounds for a brief moment. Josh, please take it away.
Thank you very much. Yeah, obviously, you know, first attempt, all of the super softs as you would expect. However, people who didn't finish in the top 10, starting with the people in the mediums, you have AVR Matt and LCR Emacs, both of
Emacs?
No. Huh?
You mean Apex?
You say Apex. What did I say?
Emix.
Emix. I think I accidentally muted my mic after I said the A and the P. Anyway, Apex and Matt, the 2 guys in the mediums, and then on the softs we have TR Leopard, Welty, we have Drizzle's Revenge, who's actually been disqualified, Malta, and then Jigglypuff, who did just jump in late. Personally, I think we could be on for quite a good race because I honestly think the softs are probably better than the super softs around here. So we could see a lot of overcuts potentially from some of these lower down guys. I'm going to say that.
I say one thing you do need to keep your eyes on is definitely the battle. You know, the back was Matt and Leopard will want to get a move on, being so far down field. But then the likes of Fredster, Cushmania and Fens, they're going to want to go head to head as well. Hayden just behind, but all of them could take advantage. You know, looking at the guys further down, so make sure you do keep your eyes. It's going to be crucial for those lads at the front to make sure they get away from the guys outside the top 10. Of course, Matt going for a longer stint. He's got to make sure he doesn't get any damage. Of course, reduced damage here in LCR. So, you know, it's not as if it's going to hit him too much. There's a bit of contact there between the Red Bull and Welty. He's had a proper wallop with Malta there on the run towards the final corner. But everyone is now making their way around. We've just got to wait for, by the looks of things, our last man will be the man sitting on pole. Oh, no, it won't. It'll be EVR Max, actually, in the Mercedes. But the green flags are waving by the stewards. They know what time it is. You all know what time it is. This is the third round in the LCR. This is the Bahrain Grand Prix. And Josh, I don't know about you, but this is exciting. 50th race. Yes, let's make it a good one. But here we go. We've got 3, 4, 5 red lights ahead of the Bahrain Grand Prix, and it is now lights out and away we go. These start the front row there by VFens as well, VSR Codemasters as they can't towards turn 1. Hayden get a hell of a start as well, going alongside VFens towards turn 1. He's looking Fens, squeezing him out the line towards turn 1. He might try and make it free wide with the 2 ahead of him. Codemasters and Friends there side by side through turn number 1. Codemasters fended on the outside, but Fred contact as well as they come out of turn 3 up towards 4, and in the end he's squeezing out Buddle Lord, getting past both Fens and actually Hayden as well. Now Jolly going on the inside of him as well, but meanwhile Codemasters trying to go the outside of Fred through turn number 4, not able to get him done there fantastically by Fred, fended off, but Buddle Lord is up in a P3 worst start for the McLaren driver. Hayden now trying to fend off Jolly through 6 and 7, they're side by side, still towards turn number 8. Now the Expert Armour trying to get involved as well. Down the inside goes Jolly, squeeze him on the apex. Butler, there's Expert Armour in the background as well. He gets the move done. Hayden dropping massive amounts of positions and continues to get swamped as they come towards turns 9 and 10. He's still trying to fend it as well. Matt trying to get involved as well on Welty just behind. But Josh, any news from the back?
No, everything's all been kept clean. There's still a lot of battles going on, as you see. There we go. I was going to say, obviously, Buddle getting fed on the start there. Great move from him. Hayden's launched out massively, but Welty in the Red Bull has gained some huge positions. Both Matt and Leopard both gained 2 positions there. Yeah, F1 Bennett had quite a bad start in the Red Bull. But overall, everything's sort of been kept clean.
It's been a relatively clean start, and of course there's a bit of bargy stuff between the 2 leaders coming out of turn 3, and as well between Jolly and Hayden through turn 6 and 7. But Fredson doesn't set the fast lap. We've got yellow flag set at 3, and the first one to Bennett. We have TR Malta having a moment there, and actually F1 Bennett also diving into the pits early on. So Malta will get himself nicely back onto the track, but he's the first one to have a moment. But actually as well, TR Leopard and EVR Matt trying to get past here. They're side by side through turn 2 as Welty slots in behind for now. But now Matt is looking on the offensive against Leopard. They've got to work together, of course, these 2 championship contenders, but they both know they're too far down. They are trying to go side by side through turn 4. Welty trying to get the contact. EVR last round. Matty's round out of 4. And he's got a huge amount of work ahead of him if he wants to get back into this race. Not gone at all well for the laps on the mediums. Oh my goodness me, you can't write this at the moment. As Fens is starting to close up to the leaders as well. And it's all kicking off. Josh.
Benefit for Matt is that he hasn't got firing damage. But there's a huge train behind pretty much LCR and Welty. We've got Jigglypuff, I would have leaving them, maybe looking on the inside. Anyway, Jigglypuff because of its revenge, and Apex going to be a little bit back. Just looking incredibly close and trying potentially make a move, and then third right we've got like Expert Almond who's just sitting on the back of Hayden and just waiting, and then you've got Jolly closing in the Buddle. We've got a lot of things happening here and quite hard to tell who's to focus on.
I think really at the minute the one we need to focus on is actually VFens. He sets the fastest lap and is all over the back of the championship leader Cushmania. He does Cushmania going defensive up towards turn 1. Can Fens get a move done round the outside? It's a long way to go. Can he get the switch back though out of 1? Through 2 they come out towards turn 4. This will like getting the better exit out of 3, and he does look like as if Cushmania's got a decent exit and is not able. Will Fens try a dive bomb? Cushmania does go defensive late on in the end, but it doesn't look like as if he's going to be close enough his Fens, and he slots in behind for now. But meanwhile, actually, as well, bit of a battle going on, like you said, with this train. Jigglypuff just getting past Triz's Revenge there for P12. And actually, meanwhile, as well, heading up back towards these 2 coming out of turn 8. So I didn't realise they were going side by side there. Bit of a moment there. Fens and Cushmania going at it. But this allowing Fredster to maybe create a gap here. This is not what Cushmania's going to want to see. The Sauber create a gap. He has got a DRS, of course, but the double toe might not be enough, of course. Only DRS for Cushmania. That's not good enough to gain slipstream, but Fens is definitely stuck behind him at the moment, and he looks cagey, looks fiery, looks ready to get past and challenge the race leader. But Cushmania is making sure that Renault is a double-decker bus for the moment on lap number 3.
Yeah, we saw what Fens was like in quali on those super softs, and keeping us clean and consistent. So I feel like he's definitely got some incredible pace around here, and both the Haas actually doing being on the offensive. Expert Almond still just on the back of Hayden. He just hasn't managed to run away past yet, but they're going to have to keep an eye out for Tier 1 Leopard as Fens potentially will go.
Oh, Cushmania goes defensive on towards turn 1. There. Yet again, he goes defensive.
So he's not. He's been kept in for the minute. We can't really keep the switch off there. Who's going on down? Going for a move on. Well, he's further down, but we've got to keep an eye on the battle for second here with Cush and Fens. I feel like everything will be kept clean through here unless a huge error from Cushmania potentially.
I've got to say, it's quite important at the moment. Of course, Cushmania is now a second behind French. Of course, if he doesn't get the DRS, this will allow Fens to close right up. Of course, Cushmania's had that DRS to kind of defend Fens as best he could. But now he doesn't have the DRS. Fredster has pulled out that second, so now the pressure is on the Renault because he doesn't have DRS no more. But Fens is definitely looking fiery as Tier 1 Leopard. It's just past Expert Almond there for P7. Of course, Expert Almond's starting to show pressure on the back of Hayden, but sort of let him from every side. Right, you go ahead and take him, and then I'll take advantage of that. Maybe thinking better on, of course. Almond just on his debut, just trying to make some decent impressions, and so far he has in P8, you've got to say. He's definitely shown that he deserves to be in this top division, but Fens is round the outside of Cushmania towards 13th, the other flag in Sector 2, Josh. What has happened there? It's Matt again. Oh, it's been a poor day, and he's actually left the session. Oh, dearie me, but meanwhile Fens has actually got the move done on Cushmania, but Cushmania gone right back at him on towards turn number 1. I need a really good camera for this one, otherwise going to get a bit of lag. They got towards turn number 1. Cushmania doing his best to defend it down the inside, and he legs a lot later and squeezes him out and gets the move immediately back up. But Jolly in the background getting past Butterlord for P4. But Cushmania fends it back after having the move done on him out of 15 and defends that P2 for now. So it's Cushmania in second, Fens in third yet again, and Jolly has now got ahead of Butterlord.
Yeah, we've got a bit of again, another little training performance. P6, we've got Hayden, Leopard, Expert Almond. All sort of just stacking up here. Obviously, Leopard did get past Almond on the previous lap. Now Leopard's going to want to try and make ground, but Leopard's on the softs. Have to remember that. So more of a later race for him. So a good move from Jolly going into turn 1. Very good defending from Cushmania, and also offensive to get back past Fens. These guys are going at it, and it's helping out the race leader of EVR Fredster, when the gap is now 2 seconds behind him. Also, it was only a second, literally a lap ago. So it just shows that during the battle between Fens and Cush, the time, it's Fred is probably licking his lips here, maybe for a potential race win, if he can just sort of storm away. We're going to have to wait and see now. Going on to lap 6, will Fens try it again to get past Cushmania? It's not just getting nice, it's about just making the move stick. Obviously, he definitely wants to. He's slipping in the back, he's trying to find the inside line. He has found it, he's been squeezed completely. It'll be a matter of if Cush can hold it. He's going to switch around. Fens started in very deep there. Cushmania on the right of him. He's managed to make it work. Fens were a bit understood there. But Cushmania still got second place. Fens started incredibly deep. They probably couldn't really see the braking markers from being on the inside. As it looked like Butterlord was going to make a really late dive on one Jolly there, but decided against it.
Yeah, you got to say that was Schumacher squeeze-esque from Cushmania on towards turn number 1. I bet Fens is not liking the colour of his cockpit at the minute, but that was unbelievable stuff. And Fens just braking just that little bit too late. You've got to brake at the right time. Of course, you get so heated up in the battle as the yellow flag in sector 2.
Hey, Charlie is round.
Ooh, the Toro Rosso. One driver in fourth. The other one having a moment, so not got it to where, but Fens is down the inside of turn number 11. He's down the inside of Cushmania, and surely this time he'll have it done. I quickly actually went on board, but maybe our first, that's not who I want. Through 12, and it looks like he has. Out of the party comes, but of course now Cushmania had the advantage of DRS up towards turn 1. So could this be all for nothing in the end? Cushmania's driving very strategic at the moment. He's planning his attacks and planning his defences at the right times. But has it worked out after all? He will have the DRS up towards turn 1. This has allowed Fredstad to bring a 3.3 second lead up to him, but Fens has shown such terrific pace. And actually, Cushmania dives into the pits on lap number 7. That brought Jolly up in a P3, Butterlord P4. But actually as well, TR Leopard is on the inside of Hayden here, sorry, for P5 on the softs, remember, so this could be a decent move for him, but Hayden breaking so much later around the outside, doing his best to fend the position as much as he can. Through 2, and he does fend it lovely. In the end, the better exit up to 4 might be proven as they come out of 3. Here he comes up towards turn number 4. Will Leopard try a dart up the inside? He is shifted to the inside and is up the inside through 4. And he might just have the move on the hands go up in frustration. Squeezes him out and up towards 5 and 6. And Leopard is up in a P5. Fantastic move by the Williams now. Expert Owen might see an opportunity to get past.
Yeah, teams seems to be struggling a fair bit there, which has allowed all of these guys to catch up. Leopard being one of them, potentially going for a move to get past him. He doesn't really want to be stuck behind these guys. He's being on the soft. He wants, clean air, so he can just sort of, fly, you could say. But in terms of hitters, we had F1 Ben.
Oh, Leopard's at the inside through 11, sorry. He's just completely nuttly, just as you say, getting into clean air. And he's just happily just done it down the inside of Bubblelord. He's up in the P4 there. Fantastic move. Through 11, so clean and precise and just, proving why he's second in the championship. A fantastic move. So Leopard up in a P4 and now has that clean air that you said about.
Yeah, so one thing I did just point out, F1 Ben who pitted actually on, I think, the lap 2, he's sort of undercut Cushmania, which is a interesting little factor. Cushmania, oh now looking on the inside of him, he's having none of this, because Cushmania's on the two stops, so he's definitely going for the two stoppers. We've got Butterlord, Hayden and Welty, Hayden, sorry, all pitting there, but Cushmania's looking on the inside now, coming into the final 2 corners, and he's got the move done. As it stands, in terms of the pitters here, I believe he should get past them, but F1 definitely helps out. Maybe someone like Fens who won't be able to get sort of blocked once pitting unless contact. Butterlord, F1 Ben, Butterlord coming out of the pits there, just sort of went into the side of F1 Ben, and due to the sort of the short pit, you could say, and he's sort of just sit that McLaren right in. He's on the set of stops, so I'm saying a lot of people seem to be opting for the 2-stop now here.
They do indeed. It seems to be a pretty common strategy. As you've got to say, F1 has just come out. He's got traffic at him because of Butterlord coming out nicely in front of Ben. But I mean, if you look at that front left, it does look like as if to say Butterlord's got front wing damage. This is definitely proof. I mean, Cushmania has definitely lost time because he was stuck behind F1 Ben for that lap. That's definitely cost him massively. So whether these guys who pit now, who of course Fredster, Fens, Jolly, because he was ahead of Fens, only just. So whether that's actually sort of sealed the deal, but now it's going to be all about what lap times these guys can put in. 3.6 seconds separate the 2 leaders, with Jolly a further 3 seconds behind Fens. And then Leopard starting to creep up on him, so the Williams driver, the man who started in P12 with a chance to put himself in P3, of course, is not officially P3 because of Cushmania, but he will be in a very good position to do well at the moment.
Yeah, we've got a little move going to turn 1 here between Giswick's Revenge and Welty. Revenge incredibly late on the brakes, but he managed to move done. And the Red Bull Welty didn't really seem to put up much of a fight there. Now Leopard on those softs is starting to close into Jolly here for P3.
Well, he's back. Oh, sorry, I just thought, it was a dart the inside there into 4. I thought that was going to be a bit ridiculous, but he's going to try. He's actually lives. He's just got past everyone, but they are both on the mediums, despite this graphical glitch you can see. But up towards turn number 4 comes F1 Ben on the inside. He is going to try and get past LCR Lives. These two are not helping Expert Almond because they are making contact. They're just rubbing tyre to tyre, body to tyre, body to body, you name it, they were doing it. Out of turn number 4, but now Expert Almond is going to take full advantage of F1 Ben getting the curve out of turn number 7 in towards 8. And it's going to promote himself on a P13 for now. But it's a little bit like as if Almond's being held up, but Jolly is definitely starting to creep. He's got real trouble behind him. He's got the Williams of TOR Leopard right behind him on the soft compound tyres, because Jolly's tyres will be very worn. So whether Jolly actually dives into the pits, just say I can't be on with a battle. And yellow flag in sector 2 as Fredster does pit.
Hey, I'll try it again.
He's having another moment, but Jolly and Fred are both pitting. Fen stays out on lap number 10. But that's you can see how close Leopard has got. So you can see that the softs are definitely quicker at the moment as well. Jigglypuff as well. We didn't talk about him. He's having a P3 now, probably not pitting. Early on, of course, starting on a fresh set of soft. And it's medium tyres for Fred and medium tyres for Jolly. So while they one-stopping, as Malta dives in as well on lap number 10, he's currently on the soft tyres. So that would be the first step up from the soft tyres. As actually Fred does come out miles ahead of Cushmania, but Jolly, where does he come out? He should come out just ahead of Expert Almond, actually. So Almond does not appreciate this held up by Libs and F1 Ben, but now it's going to be clinical for him to get past round the outside of turn number 3. This is going to be crucial for him to keep his race on the up. Bicycle stop go for AWR Charlie as he sped in the pit lane through turn number 4, and looks like Almond's got the move done, but the switchback might be on. Freddie Lives, it is, and he's going to try it up towards 5 and 6, but there's so much better tyres for Almond in the end to get such a better exit, and he's back up in a P11. So the lad making his debut from the Pro Division, continuing to work his way up forward. But Fred is out, and he's actually got Apex just over a second behind him.
Apex hasn't pitted. One of the two guys to start on the mediums, obviously being Matt, another one of them. But sadly, his race is not going the way he would like. Obviously, being third in the championship, he would have liked some decent points on store here today, but it will allow other people, maybe like Fred, to jump up, and obviously Fens as well, who's you know, from what we've seen today, is absolutely flying.
He is indeed. He's just been like, oh, alright, okay. And actually as well, Apex shifts to the outside as Fred goes to the inside. Doesn't even go defensive out of the last corner. And looks to be a relatively easy move for Eagle Fred to just seen AWR Charlie leave the race on because he is out of this Grand Prix. And that's an easy move for Fred. And he's now in a P6. Good job by the Sauber, and continues on his journey towards the front. Because of course he did pit when he was the race leader, so he's in a good position.
Yeah, I mean, not much of a fight there from Apex compared to with Cushmania and the battling that he had with Libs, I believe it was, going back a bit, or maybe F1 Ben, one of them, being held up. You know, I'm sure Fred's very appreciative about that, and now he's just got to push on and maybe catch up to the soft runners in front of him. But TOR Leopard is now only 1.6 seconds away from Fens. Now Fens being one of the people who was running up there, you know, second, third. So I feel like Leopard has made a good strategy call here doing the softs. Obviously, I thought I'd see when he hits, but along with Fens actually, see where he comes out in terms of Fred and Cushmania.
It's this lap.
Fens is diving in.
And Leopard does the same.
Leopard as well.
So whether they feel it's the optimal time, of course, we would expect to see medium compound tyres for all these guys. Princess Revenge also done in, and well, what about Welty? He's not going to pit, so he's going to be into the race lead, but it might not be for long because EBR Fredster is down the inside. He might not even get the race lead at the moment. Fredster does nick the lead off him, so Welty thinking, oh, I'll have a moment here, I'm in the lead, but Fredster taking it right off him before they've even passed all the guys, so he is up back into where he was, into the race lead. And has got a massive margin to Cushmania behind him. I mean, Fens has just now come out of the pits, and he is just ahead of his teammate, now behind Jolly. Leopard comes out just ahead of Livs. So these guys are now in a train with Jolly being the leader of it. By the looks of things, it might start to form. But Cushmania has just got past Apex, by the way, and now the next guy of him is Welty. Two guys yet to pit left in this race are them two. We've got to say Jigglypuff as well. He came out in P12 and the medium tyres. Was the other guy who did pit alongside Drizzt's Revenge. He's out in 14th. Oh, Welty running massively wide. They're out of turn number 10, getting onto the curb, and that was proved to be quite a common mistake in general. So don't feel too bad about that one, son. You make mistakes like that all the time as people are lapping EBR Matt's AI. That's quite depressing to see that. EBR Matt just being lapped because of his AI car.
Yeah, it's not a good day for him. I'm going to say that for sure, but currently Leopard on the mediums, we should talk about. Obviously, Welty has to pit along with Apex. However, the people who will have to pit again will be Cushmania, Puddlelord, and Expert Ammo. The reason for this is, obviously, well, he is now in the pit, but obviously Cushman is on a set of super softs, so he will have to hit for a set of softs, most likely. So the 2-stop Battle Lord will throw on a set of softs, and then Expert Almond, probably a set of softs, or maybe super softs. We'll have to wait and see on that front.
Well, F1 Ben is just...
Yeah, it depends.
LCR Lives is just past F1 Ben. This battle is incredible as they come out of 3 into 4. It's incredible stuff between the two lads on the medium ones. Of course, battling at 4, 2 points instead of 1. Lives still on the inside, doing his best to defend it out of 4. He's had a fantastic battle so far. The 2 falls in. He's just one. They'll want to get involved in this one through 6 and 7. And in the end, it looks like to be F1 Ben's got the move done after a fantastic bit of dueling between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. Of course, not really where you expect the two given real life F1, but for 2 points, fantastic bit of battle. Hope that continues throughout the race.
We've got a training foreman further up behind Apex.
Expert Arnold.
And yeah, Leopard's just got past it. But I don't know if Expert Arnold let Leopard go. Potentially there, not too sure.
I don't know, but now we have got a train. You were right, his Butler runs a little bit wide there, Alex as well, because he's on the soft, so he's planning on 2-stop. So, you know, he doesn't really want to be, you know, sticking with these guys who are on the mediums, because of course he's not going to do him any favours. So this is actually the guys he was battling with near the start of the race. Through the final 2 corners they come, and Jolly's all over the back of Butler. Any passing by him, you've got to say, Butler's chances of getting a podium are all over it. Because he's just sticking to him in the back of him like super glue at the moment. Benz is just kind of like nice and behind. Oh, Finn's got a late lunge on Jolly! Daniel Ricciardo-esque through turn number 1. Jolly's not going to appreciate that any one bit out of 3 in towards 4, and Fens with a fantastic late lunge on Jolly, nearly spun him out, but Butterlord has just got past as well. LCR makes the switch back from Jolly up towards 6 and 7. They're banging wheels through 6, and in the end Fens forced onto the runoff onto the gravel, but Jolly is back up into P5. That was late, that was audacious, but it nearly worked. Gosh.
Yeah, well, quickly just saying for the Bandlord, he's actually, by his last finishes, he's going to be happy with what he's got. He's got 10th and 11th, so he's only got 1 point at the minute, but chilling in 3rd is a good spot for him. But obviously, with the Bandit and Jolly Fens, it's allowed Leopard to catch up, and also really Expert Almond is not that far behind, so it'll be interesting to see with Leopard now in all over the back of Fens. Both these guys are on the mediums. Fens' tyres are probably a bit more hurt from going onto the gravel, so everything is still to play in terms of the podium positions. Now, closing to the back of Apex, and Julie Buffett just picked up a increasing time penalty after getting past Hayden previously there. Staying on board with Jolly, the Toro Rosso. The Apex hasn't pitted, so he's on old mediums here, so Jolly's going to want to try and get past him.
We've got 2 moves at once, Leopard on the inside of Fens, but Jolly on the inside of Apex. It looks to me as if he's got it done on Apex, but meanwhile, the other Williams, trying to go side by side with Fens through 2. Of course, Apex will now. Leopard doesn't get the move done, but of course, Apex will fend the best he can to help his teammate up towards turn number 4. He's going to defend him as he possibly can to make sure he doesn't get past. Late lunge from Fens. Gets the move done. Now Apex will surely just back out and say, right, your turn now, I've done my job. But now the other pass of Expert is just behind him. It's all kicking off. Oh my goodness me.
We love a bit of drama here and all the battling. But yeah, everything is definitely here. Obviously, Fens now back 1.5 seconds away from Jolly, but battle's going on all over with F1 Ben Jiggly, Hayden, LCR Lives, all battling away. So it's got some yellow flags for TR Malta. Renault has had a moment during sector 2, turn 5.
Leopard is doing his damn hardest out of 11. Through 12, my apologies for interrupting there, Josh, but he's trying it on the round side through a 12. This is an audacious attempt up towards 13, and he might get the move done as Bubblord's been passed by Jolly as well for P3. It's all going wrong for the McLaren, but they're still side by side. Fens on the inside, Leopard on the outside, up towards the final 2 corners. Who will get it done? Leopard slots in behind to get the DRS. Smart thinking by the Williams driver as Cushmania pits from 2nd place. But strategic driving by Leopard, but will it work? That's the question. We've seen Fens with superior pace this time, but Fens does go to the inside as he tries to go to the outside. Does Leopard up towards turn number 1? Can he get the move done? He can't. There's wheel bang and he's forced out wide. Through 2, they're still trying to go side by side. Fens though fends it off. His name proves what he does. He fends it off lovely in towards turn number 4, and he's trying to go around the outside. Leopard late lunge, huge late lunge, and he's trying to squeeze through 5 and 6, and he's not able to get him done. Is he? No! Oh my goodness me, it's dramatic stuff out of 7, and Fens is forced out wide. Now will Apex try to take full advantage, he's still out, but Fens still darting it down the inside of turn number 8. You cannot quite script this, and Fens fends it off after all that, and he remains P4. What a bit of battling we have in LCR, the 50th anniversary, proving why LCR has lasted for 50 races, because racing like this, Apex has just had a moment and lost out to Armand. But what a battle we have here, and there's still 13 laps to go, Josh.
Yeah, we're out from there now. Jimmy Pop at the end of the DRS track, we've got the 2 pink Panthers there. Hayden's managed to creep up the inside though, due to Ben running wide and hitting cheekily out, which has promoted Hayden up to P8, and then lives up to P10. I mean, racing does not get better than this across the whole field. It is just absolutely incredible. See Leopard now sort of still just sort of sticking behind Ben's, and then we've got F1 Ben, Hayden, LAR lives, Jimmy Pop, all these guys battling away for position.
Oh, Leopard's going for it again. He's trying to go running outside through 1, but he's not able to get it done yet again. Fends it off. I love using that reference. He does fend it off through that, but as well, we've got to mention as well, while we were busy on board with this battle, Jolly got the move done on Buddlelord. So Buddlelord is in for a long race. We've still got 1 more stop to go, and he's behind 2 guys who are 1 stop, and it's not gone well. This second stint at all on the soft compound tyres for Buddlelord.
Yeah, we've got keep an eye on Cushmania down P12 at the minute. Obviously up for the 2 stop, and he's not even in the points at the minute, so he's going to have to make some ground there. Obviously you've got 12 laps to go, so anything can happen, but because of how close the field is, it still could become quite a lot of decent points. Just staying on board with Leopard as he's just getting closer and closer to the fence. Will he go, well, will he attempt to move like he has done? Doesn't seem it at the minute. I feel like we're definitely potentially gonna see a move happen.
We are in for a dramatic finale by the looks of things for the moment. Actually, Cushmania has just got past Tristan Revenge for Triple Revenge. Not really fancying the back, of course. He's on the medium tyres, despite what the graphics say. He is on the mediums, so he's not fancying any battle at all. It's actually, as well, you've got to say, Buddlelord dives into the pits. This now makes Leopard vs Fens the battle for the last podium position for P3. And so far, it looks incredible as Fens yet again goes defensive up towards turn number 1. And Leopard doing his best to try and get him done around the outside. Maybe this time trying the switchback, because obviously he's trying to find his way past. He's trying to do his best to work out what's the best way to get past. But it doesn't look as if I had to do it for the moment, as Apex also did pit as well. He's gone to the soft compound tyres to the end. Obviously, one of the guys who started on the mediums, Buddlelord, and him now down into P12 and 13. Cushmania is now in a P9 as well, by the way. We have got to stay, so after them pits, he is now up into those positions, as it looks like Malta has just got past Apex there as he comes out of the pits. But Libs versus Hayden here, potentially, of course, the 2 Force Indias. Of course, Jigglypuff's not actually in the Force India, we should mention. Of course, it's normally Amazed, I believe. So, as if there's not really going to be some teamwork, potentially, unless, of course, they just fancy a one-off work as a team. Of course, Jiggly did jump in late, so that's the reason why he's not in his official car.
Jiggly is normally in the south.
There we go. So actually, in actual fact, it's been a good day for them, actually, 1st and 8th. So coming home with, out of a possible 43 points, taking home 29. Good day.
I was going to say the Hatters. I mean, the Hatters overall, they've got 3rd and 5th, so in terms of drivers as well, not as many points as the Saubers, but in terms of the individual, as it stands, the Hatters are going to get some decent points for both the team
but
and
they've got a pit. Meanwhile, it's back on again. Leopard versus Fens as X-Bomber dives into the pits, but it looks like Leopard's done it this time, has he? No. Late break-in from Fens through 1. There's contact as well. Yet again, squeezed him out wide through 2. In towards 3, and it looks like as if he's got the move fended. yet again, every single lap we see the same thing over and over again as Livs has just now been brought over to P5 because of all these two stoppers, and he's side by side with Jiggly and he's just got moved on. Livs has come out of nowhere and all of a sudden he's in P5. What an effort by the Ferrari, you got to say. For the time being, he's got Jiggly,
they've got to keep an eye out.
And Cushmania behind them. Four-way train. This is incredible stuff.
Yeah, they have to keep an eye. And here he's probably going to want to try and get it past quite quickly. He's looking on the inside of Hayden. He's squeezed. There was no room there, but he's managed to get the car through that gap. Don't know how he has managed that, but well played there. But Hayden potentially looking to bring it back to the fight. Lost a bit of grip there, but
appreciate that.
Yeah,
you can see Hayden trying to get past his teammate. He was fancying the move, but meanwhile, head on to this battle now. T1 fantastic about turn number 12 and towards 13, and he gets the move done. But it looks like the better exit up towards 14 and 15 will prove to be quite mighty for Fens. Of course, we've seen Leopard try this once where he let off early to let the DRS happen. This time he has yet again, but will it work? Because it didn't work first time. Will it work a second time? That's the question. Fens does go to the inside yet again, going defensive, almost at the pit wall there. That forces Leopard yet again to the outside line up towards turn number 1. It's Leopard against Fens for the 15th time probably. This is the amount of times we've seen it. He is trying to fend it down the inside yet again. The switchback might be on and it's yet again not on. But the better exit up towards 4, bit of oversteer for Fens. That could be proved as to be catastrophic up towards turn number 4. Leopard on the outside again. Fens on the inside. He's doing his best. He's doing his hardest to defend that position up towards turn number 5 and 6. And there's contact. They're both spinning. They're both spun. And that will surely promote Bottlelord up in Cushmania, sorry, up in the P3. You can't believe his luck. He's counted his lucky stars. Fens has had nothing.
He's lost the wheel.
He's out of this Grand Prix. You cannot quite script this. 9 laps to go. Leopard and Fens have come together after some awesome. There's not even a decent enough superlative to describe it. But Fens is out. Leopard's down to 6th. And Cushmania is up in the P3. What drama we've just seen.
Leopard is now looking to get back.
Cushmania spinned it. Championship leader's binned it. And turn number 11, he's retired.
He's retired from the session.
Oh my goodness gracious me. And it's just been blown wide open. As Cushmania is championship contender, was 1 point behind him, remember, heading into this round. Oh my god. You cannot script this. In the space of 1 lap, we've seen Fens and Cushmania out, and Leopard is now back up in a where he was originally, back up in a P4, and could see himself still on the podium. But he's side by side with Hayden up towards turn number 1 for P5. But it looks like Leopard's got it. Can he, the late braking move? Leopard's doing exactly what Fens did, fending it down the inside. And he fends it beautifully for P4. But Hayden might have the better exit up towards turn number 4. And he might very well come right back at him at the Force India. Through turn 4 they come. But he fends it lovely, but the switchback is on. Up towards 6 and 7. What is it? 1 bit of a contact with Leopard here. Can he make a second? No. Slots in nicely behind. And oh my goodness me. What drama we've just seen. Josh, please explain a little bit more.
Oh, I don't know. Words. I don't know. I don't know what words are anymore. Lap 20 is just chain everything here. Obviously the contact between Leopard and Fens, with Fens and then crashing out. And then literally a sector later, Cushmania spinning and then retiring from the session. What has happened here? But we've got Expert Almond trying to get past Royalty for PA, and then Leopard trying to defend from Hayden so we can try and get to Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff, I believe, does have a penalty. The Leopard may not know this, but Expert Almond has got past Royalty. Expert Almond on a set of super source, Royalty on a set of mediums. Royalty's trying to look to go back, but Expert Almond has got it there. But yeah, just many battles, many changes to the championship we've just witnessed within like a sector right there. But stand by Hayden, see if he can use Slipstream and DRS, maybe but I just feel like Leopard's actually pulling away on the straight here. And Hayden's not close enough, but Hayden's late on the brakes. He nearly ran into the back of Leopard, but he's managed to...
Oh, he dropped it! Oh, that was close. That will allow Drizzt's Revenge to close right up in the Ferrari, but he short shifts. Whether he's actually saying, no, Hayden, you go ahead, my friend, you know, what's working together. Maybe not actually, no, in the end through turn 4, it's just really dramatic, like short shift. I don't know what he's doing. But in the end, he does slot in behind. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm going to do something I haven't done all race. I'm going to give a bit of TV time to the race leader and just let him enjoy his time. He's currently 9.2 seconds clear of Jolly, who is in P2. Hasn't scored a point all season, is all of a sudden in second place. What more can you say other than that? But EVR Fredster, he has just dominated. Like, amidst all the carnage and everything, he has just dominated in the Sauber.
And now I think just going to use the F1 bend though. Give a bit of radio commentary while you're on board with Fredster, but yeah, Elliot is the bend there, wheel bashing completely. This is quite aggressive here happening for the last point, and Malta and the Renault did have a spin. I just punched myself in the face pretty much, and hit my mic at the same time. Lovely bit of commentating there from me. Expert Hamlin's got past Buddelaw. Obviously Buddelaw there.
Oh, Buddelaw dropped it!
He's out of Buddelaw at the moment.
Oh, Malta's now got past. That's now Lips is on the outside. This is incredible stuff to witness here. The Red Bull and the Red Bull and Ferrari has been barging between the two, and it looks like he's going to continue up towards the final two corners. My apologies for interrupting your commentary, but down the inside, Lips goes. He's forcing his way up. Of course, he will have the DRS up towards the final two corners, and it looks like as if he's got the move done. Fantastic bit of driving by the both of them. But will Ben be able to come back because the DRS is on for Lips? But look at the straight line speed of the Red Bull. Who'd have anyone say that against a Ferrari power unit? But he's got the straight line speed up towards turn number 1. Can he get the move back done? It's braking late as possible. It's ballsy stuff, but Liv spends it beautifully down the inside and retains that 1 point he'll get at the moment in a fantastic battle to win us. But Ben is back on the inside of contact. There's contact between the pair of them. Ben forces his way through, and that's not going to impress Livs one bit. He will be furious in that cockpit and be determined to get that move back done. But there was some bargy stuff from Ben, but he's back up into the 1 solitary point place.
Yeah, some oh, yeah, no, the feeling. It's just battles. There hasn't been a single break throughout this entire race. But F1 Ben, I mean, there's 1 point up for the grabs, but they are going for it with their lives here. They are not holding back one bit, and maybe we'll see Liv going from Milton. Liv has got the tyre advantage, but with tyre wear, it's probably about equal, to be fair.
And he's just got the move done.
Going for the switch back. No, maybe. We're going to have to wait and see if Ben's going on the inside. Liv's may have got the move done around turn 13, but F1 Ben is going to try and bring it back. But
what a switch back!
Going for the switch back. What a move there!
You don't often see a switch back that powerful. Crikey! But yet Ben proved it last time. He's got better straight line speed. He's pushed into the inside. Look at that! That was some pushing stuff, saying no, this is my position. But Liv's fending it off, fighting his way through. Fantastic job for the Italian. For the Italian team, will be ecstatic for that. And Livs is back up in the P10 for now. And the question is, can Malta get himself involved in this battle? He's just slotting in behind from them, of course he's on the mediums, but heading up back towards the leaders. Jigglypuff has now got Leopard all over the back around turn number 10, up towards 11, and Leopard could still be on for the podium here. Jiggly goes defensive, up towards turn number 11, Leopard towards the outside. Very risky move here, trying to put the switch back up towards turn number 12, and he gets it nicely slotted in, but they're still side by side. Jiggly fended lovely on the inside through 12, up towards 13, on the curb goes Leopard, but Jiggly fighting his way through 13, and it looks like as if they're still going to be side by side. Who will get the DRS though? Up towards turn number 1, Leopard sort of squeezing Jiggly, and it'll be Jiggly who gets the DRS up towards the final corner. It looks like if Jiggly has fended that off, but immediately goes defensive straight away to him go to the outside line. But Leopard forcing his way from the inside, but Jiggly got the DRS on the turn number 1, and they're still side by side. Who will get it? Jiggly or Leopard? That's the question. Leopard been catching these last few laps, but Jiggly can do everything he can. He can see a potential last to third challenge here. Not quite last to first, but a last to third, and he'll fend it beautifully down the inside. But the much better exit up towards turn number 4 is not over yet. Down the inside goes Leopard, goes. Can he get the move done? It looks like as if he might just about this time out the inside line for turn number 6. Through 5, they come up towards turn number 6. They're still side by side. Now for 7, Jiggly at the inside line, and he fends it for the switchback up towards turn number 8. It'll be Jiggly on the inside now. Leopard on the outside. Can he get a move done? This car's been going on for nearly 10 corners, and it's still carried on the switchback. Leopard versus Jiggly yet again up towards 9 and 10. I cannot quite believe what I'm seeing here. But Jiggly with much better braking through 9 and 10 and fends it. Josh, please take over.
Yes, sadly for a minute, but it's still carrying on. Jiggly's gone onto the inside. Leopard is looking on the outside. We've seen him try and do this move so many times against fence, and also a couple of times with Jiggly. Now Leopard's trying to hold there onto the outside. Now he's got the inside one. Jiggly's going to potentially look on the inside. He's sitting behind Leopard at a minute. Now going to look on the outside. No, he's not. He's switching back. He's trying to find his way back past. Leopard run on the side a bit there. Now Jiggly to look. He is. They're not going to give each other much room here. Jiggly's late on the front. Just going to try and get the DRS. But I don't think he has.
It's Leopard.
He has got DRS there, and now Leopard has switched to the inside, and now he's just flown past Jigglypuff there.
Could that be the end of the battle?
It does seem that Leopard's. I believe Leopard has got the move done, and maybe that's it for their battle there. Maybe Leopard does have P3, which is what we need. Obviously, both Matt and Kush having the incident there. Further down though, if I did pit, so that battle standard did pit. Drizzle's revenge closing to Hayden, but keep an eye, maybe Jiggly will be able to catch back up to Leopard. We don't know completely what will happen.
I just say, I've got to say, fair play to Leopard and Jiggly. That was insane, going side by side through what is pretty much double field corners. We have migrating hoses. Hayden has left the lobby. We have lost Hayden here with a few laps to go. That most Drizzle's revenge with a P6 next, but Armin will surely get P6 here. Sorry, my apologies. Drizzle's now with a P5. That's such a shame to see on one of the last laps. We have lost Hayden, and that is clinical stuff in terms of the guys, because that will promote everyone off position. Surely he's going to overtake another Buddle or next Welty then after him, and then Lives just behind him. So that could be interesting about Lives versus Welty. Now as Hayden's back in, that's lovely to see. It's good to see him back in the lobby. Heading on towards the leaders, by the way. Friendster is now only 6 seconds clear of Jolly, so he's been closing up all this time as he's been focused on these battles behind that have been amazing, by the way. But Jolly is only 6.2 seconds behind, but Fred on 3 laps to go. Surely he's got this wrapped up in a nice, lovely, fluffy bow. But LAR Lives just got the move done on Welty, but Welty could do his best to try and come back. Oh, he clips the back of his. He's actually got front wing damage on that front left. What's happening with Hayden? Hayden's AI is just pit. Oh my goodness.
It has. Obviously those mediums were very short. He's got a set of super softs, but with only 2 laps to go, you've got to feel for Hayden there. He's going to be outside of the points.
That's heartbreak, that's really not what you want to see. But we've got to say there's a battle going on for P5 expert armor, of course, on the super softs. There's revenge on the medium compound tyres. Doesn't indicate super softs on his graphic, but that is medium compound tyres. But this is for 10 points, and actually got to say this is Alman's first race in the World Division. And Josh, and you got to back out. He's done amazing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys have, to be fair, but I just, yeah, incredible. I'm sorry, just words do not process that. I was trying to find the right words to sort of describe just everything, really, but I don't think one has not come to mind.
I think one thing we've got to say is if it comes to the end of the season, nominations and stuff for season 4, or when it's all said and done, if Bahrain is not part there for race of the season, there is something wrong with the admin team in LCR, because this has just been insane. What a race to commemorate 50 races in Bahrain, but it's not over yet as Alman goes to the inside of Drizzle's Revenge towards turn number 1. I did say 50 races of Bahrain, I meant to say 50 races of LCR, but it looks like Alman's got the move done, and a fantastic effort as he's now having a double points. It'll be a double points finish on his debut in the World Division, potentially, but he's still got to fend off Drizzle as best he can up towards turn number 1. There's the graphics shifting back to the medium to tell you he is on the medium, so he's got that right, but he nearly drops it. Ooh, heart in your mouth moment out of turn 4 for Drizzle's Revenge. He nearly dropped it, but he gets away with it, but drops back time. Spokes Bombs, so surely he'll now start to pull eyes. Malta sets the fast start of a 30.198. Bit of a time in the spotlight for the Renault driver. Lovely to see, really, given the fact that his teammate's not doing very well. I just now got Fens in the chat. All I can say is, Fens, unlucky some, but thank you for putting on one hell of a battle with Leopard beforehand. It's been incredible. Battles you've put out throughout the race, my friend, has been incredible to watch. So I've got to say, I thank you for that. We've got to run the last lap now, just to mention.
We are. How has that happened?
I don't know. It's just been insane. But 5.8 seconds is now the gap between the two leaders. You can see blistering on both guys. It looks to be a bit more on Fredster's front left. But we are on the last lap, and well, what can you say about this man other than dominance? Just dominance. He's done nothing but lead all race. Everyone else in this race has changed of position, right? Everyone from where they qualified, except for EBR Fredster. So what more can you say? Yeah. What more can you say about the man in the sand?
Yeah, to be fair.
I can guarantee that Fredster will come out and say this is probably one of the most boring new races they've ever been. For everyone else, this is probably the most entertaining one they've ever been a part of. Because it's I mean, Jigglypuff started 17th, he's now 4th. He climbed 13 positions. Leopard started 12th, he's now 3rd. Drizzt's Revenge, he was 15th at the start, he's now 6th. It's just incredible. The only three guys who were left in the race that dropped positions. Budlord, he started 5th, he's now 7th. Hayden, who's really gone down there, because he's disconnected. That's a real shame. He would actually have been ahead. And then you've got F1 Ben, who's not really had a good race. But Fredster is already weaving. He's got 1 corner to go. Now he has, because of course they've suited 2 corners. But EBR Fredster, domination. And will this surely prove, heading into the next round, that he is going to be dominant. He wins in the Bahrain LCR Season 4. Fantastic drive for him. Jolly is going to take a brilliant P2. What a first way to put your points on the board by getting a solid P2. Now all eyes go onto the back of this battle. As you've got to say, Almond, if he can close up 7 seconds, somehow Jiggly can get this last corner wrong, Jiggly will lose forfeit because he does have that penalty. But I'm not sure about Almond. I'm not sure about penalties, Josh. It's something we're going to have a look at. Round the final corner they come.
Almond doesn't have any lost line checked. But Jiggly only does for 1, so I think Jiggly will hold on to P4 there. Which he does.
Will. Yeah, so it'll be P5 for Almond, P6 for Drizzt's Revenge, then Bottlelord in the end will come in with P7, Liv's P8. He does have a penalty though, but it looks like as if Welty will come in P9. So good, decent, okay day for the Red Bull. Then Apex actually in the end nicks it for him actually, as then Hayden sets the fastest lap and actually jumps Welty as well. So Welty will now finish P11, Hayden P10, and then we're just on board with Malta and Ben, who seems to be having a bit of a nice joyride, as actually Ben's run out of fuel. How he's run out of fuel there? Yeah. That's quite a way back, so we could be sitting here for a while. So Josh, you might as well just talk about the race winners while we've got the chance. Give us your thoughts on the podium. So obviously starting off with Fredster, you know, what more can you say really? Just take it away.
Yeah, I mean Fred just sort of, well, as you sort of just said there, to introduce my little section, but yeah, Fred has just sort of taken it away and just carried it completely. I think there's not much to say about Fred except that he's won the race and hasn't had to have much of a challenge at all. So yeah, I mean that sort of summed up Fred win, but I'm sure he's going to be happy with it. And then in second place we have Jolly, someone who came in who in the practice session didn't look too strong. His pace did there, and then quali, you know, was a bit iffy to start with, but he came in and he put in a decent lap, and yeah, and then out he's just completely sort of just gone away, and his pace has been, you know, incredible. He's been closing up to Fred for the last couple of laps, but with Fred's incredible 10-second lead, he's already managed to take 4 seconds out of it, but he's managed to come in second. And then Leopard, I mean, what can we say about Leopard? Because the whole battling with Fed, with everyone, to be honest, with Leopard, he's battled with everyone, and after not even qualifying within the top 10, he's managed to finish 3rd, and with both Fens and Kush crashing out, it now means that Leopard will be the championship leader going into round 4, but I think Leopard's done an incredible job, and definitely someone who I would give driver of the day to. Okay,
well actually I was actually about to ask you what my next question was, who's going to be your driver of the day, but you're going to probably give it to Leopard, so that's fine. My driver of the day, I said it about him before, the guy who I'm going to give driver of the day is not quite who you'd expect. Obviously Usain Leopards, that's pretty much taken out one of the obvious ones. The guy who I'm going to say is Jigglypuff. He started last, he kept it clean, he kept it consistent. You know, we didn't really see him until the last 13 laps, and all of a sudden, poof, he was in P3. Yes, he did lose it to Leopard in the end, but it's been fantastic for him. He's kept it nice, consistent. He's definitely going to climb his way up into the championship as well. Special mention as well to Expert Almond, of course. You know, started 7th, finished 5th, debut in the World Division. Definitely proves that he deserves to be in this division if he's able to do that. But yeah, my driver down. I'm actually going to go Jigglypuff. From starting last to finishing 4th, fantastic day for him.
Yeah, I mean, Jiggly, I did do a incredible job, but just everyone did really. It was an absolutely incredible, incredible race.
It was. I don't think you will quite see a race like that anywhere in league racing tonight, potentially, or you might very well with the big league starting up tonight. Don't forget, I'm going to plug this, even though it is an LCR stream. I will plug this in the chat. Tune in tonight at 8 PM on the AOR YouTube channels, featuring our very own X-Form HD. He won't be on commentary for the F1 or F2. It's still yet to be decided. It's kind of mix and match, but yeah, just like to probably say on behalf of the entire LCR, good luck, Josh. Have a good one, but that is going to be very hard to match. AOR, do your best, but that will conclude that. That was the 50th race. That was a momentous day in LCR, and I think, to be honest with you, it definitely lived up to the hype. Josh, thank you as always for joining me in the combox, my friend. It's been a pleasure. Any final words?
I don't know. I need to rest, I think, after that. I need a nap. After that race, that was absolutely incredible. Yes, it's been an honour.
It has certainly been an honour. Thank you very much to LCR for inviting us in to commentate. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to joining you every single week, this same time, the same place, for the future. And that will conclude that for Season 4 of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time, and goodbye. Send a message from Fred. Have we got to do podium interviews? I don't even know if we have to do podium interviews.
I don't know, I've been told. I think we're